Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another LCTV broadcast of Littleton High School football. My name is Ben Storman, and I'm here at Alumni Field in Littleton, Massachusetts, to give you the Battle of the Tigers between your Littleton Tigers and the visiting team, the Tyngsboro Tigers. Littleton, they come into this matchup at 1-1, coming off a great win at St. Paul that was in Worcester, 21-0. Tyngsboro comes in 2-0. They're fresh off their victory against Air, 32-9. And as ladies and gents, as you guys know, in week 1, the Littleton Tigers played Air and lost to them. So, you're going to have to think this is going to have to be a tough win for Littleton. And I think the biggest difference up front is going to be just exactly what I said there, up front. These linemen, we saw a lot in Air week 1, Tigers struggling to run the ball, and they got ran over on the defensive line on the flip side of things. So we're going to have to see how this one goes for them. They're going to need to be stout up front. That's where the difference is going to be made as Branko gets ready to kick this one away.
Branko to kick it away.
Gotcha. It's a big boot here to about the 12-yard line, bring it back past the 30, up almost to the 40, and a good tackle there by Fitzgerald. Ladies and gents, we just want to introduce you to tonight's game sponsor. That's going to be DiNapoli Pizza. Great pie over there, and they were kind enough to sponsor our game, give us a couple of free pies. So scan that QR code, ladies and gents. Get yourself a pie or a salad. And that should be here by halftime, ladies and gents, possibly even sooner. So, 11:53 to go in the first quarter. This is the Tyngsboro Tigers' first play from scrimmage here. Let's see what they got. They're going to give it to number 11 here. And he's going to get about 3 or 4. That's going to be TJ Bradford, a name that I'm familiar with. That's a good player out there, the senior. I'm going to assume that he's a captain as well. It doesn't say it on this sheet, but he's just one of those guys, the wide receiver. He's also going to play safety on the other side of the ball. Little run inside here, enough to pick up the first, and he keeps his legs on churning. And he gets a good gain of about 9 or 10. And this, ladies and gents, is exactly what I was talking about. They're going to have a big test up front, man. And I'll tell you what, that Tyngsboro line, they look pretty big.
Yeah, thanks.
That battle needs to be won up front, and there's just too much space up front. And there's another gash of about 20 yards. So again, I mean, it's very early on. The Tyngsboro Tigers have only ran a few plays here, but you're starting to get this feeling if Littleton can't stop this run, it's going to be a long day for them. As they run it again, and there's a good tackle there, and that's going to be the captain, Fitzgerald, again on the play. He's off to a great start of a game. It's his second tackle already.
Evan Fitzgerald, Northwest on the stop.
No, offensively speaking, we'll have to see what the Tigers come out with. But I'm very curious to see, because they seem more of a run team, and they just lacked a little creativity on the pass side as they run it again. Tyngsboro does, and they get about a gain of 3 up to the 25-yard line. So already working their way very close into the red zone here. And they're about a minute into this drive. Pass it out to the flat. They give it to number 2. He doesn't look bad himself. It's going to be Mac Guthrie, the freshman there. It's just seeing like number 2's got some promise there for a freshman. They did have enough to move the chains on the first play, and then they just run another pass here. That's a good little quick hitter to the left side, and it's going to gain them about 8. So this is so far a very good drive for Tyngsboro. They kind of came out. They definitely had a plan. They're Gonna say, hey, let's run it up the gut, and if that doesn't work, we'll hit a couple quick hitters, and here they are already down by the 25-yard line, and then they go back to that inside run. They run just inside the right tackle, still up his feet, and another good run, ladies and gents, of about 8 yards, and that's gonna pick up the first down and much more. They're about I would say the 7-yard line.
The Racer with the carry, Jackson McCurdy on the stop.
And if you're Tyngsboro, why wouldn't you just run this again? That's exactly what they do. It's going to be Sampson. Sampson, can't say that last name. Starts with an X. That's never a great sign when it starts with an X. Sampson with the carry there up to about the 3-yard line. Looks like they got a little pistol set, and they decide to run it. That's Sampson again on the carry. Looks like he's going to be short there. Good little tackle there by the Tigers.
Zion check, is it a touchdown?
Nope. They called it a touchdown. Yeah, no. It's very late signal there from the ref. In fact, I didn't even see one. It's very hard to see from this angle, ladies and gents. Looks like Tyngsboro is going to go for 2 here, so it doesn't appear that they have much of a leg, which could play a factor later in the game. That's why I bring it up. And he's just going to waltz right in there. So a quick, and I mean a quick, 8 points put up there by Tyngsboro. 8:40 to play. Still a lot of time in this game, but man, that was a big statement. That was a big statement. And this is a big rivalry game, ladies and gents. I mean, as a player myself, I had this one circled right on my schedule the whole year because you know on the other side, red and white, they're going to be thinking about playing Littleton because this rivalry goes back years. And you know what? They were ready. They were ready to make a statement. They came out. They ran the ball right up the gut, and they punched Littleton right in the mouth to start this game. And they really just set the tone. So let's see. Let's see what Littleton does to answer here. It's going to be interesting to see this offense. They're coming off a great win. They really are. In Worcester, as mentioned previously. But I'm thinking back to that week 1 loss at Air where the offense just couldn't really seem to get anything going. They had so many penalties, which is a different story. They need to be a lot more disciplined in this game. But I also want to see a little bit more creativity play calling this game. I mean, I think we can mess around here and there. I mean, this Littleton team, they really like to run that option play, but you keep running that option, it doesn't become much of an option anymore. As they do a little pooch kick to the 30-yard line, and Littleton's going to get great field position. Great return here by Fitzgerald. He's still up spinning, and he's going to be down right around the 50-yard line. So a great return there. Exactly what the Littleton Tigers needed. And it gets the crowd going a little bit. That's one thing that you have to think. Not only do you go up 8 points, but a drive like that takes the home crowd out of it right away. So you got to get them back in this game. You got to get some momentum. Exactly what they do there on the kick return. Ladies and gents, I just want to say it's a beautiful night here, a perfect night for football. I got 71 degrees on the thermometer. A little wind, but just enough to keep things from being too stagnant. I mean, it is a perfect late September night here in Littleton, Massachusetts at Alumni Field. They hand this one off to Thomas Hohenschel. Well, ladies and gents, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not, I wasn't there for the last game, but I was there week 1 in Air Shirley, and Thomas Hohenschel ran the ball. He had one run for about 40 yards, and he just ripped the top off the defense. So I'm glad to see him out here again. I know Taglieri and Casey were taking carries before he stepped in, but it looks like he's getting the start on the first drive of the game. And they run that option. Ladies and gents, what did I say about that option? When you run the option so much and the other team's keying it, it doesn't become much of an option. And And that's exactly
Pass was
what that
intercepted.
was. It's, you know, it just looks so slow coming out of the backfield. It's easy to read. And I believe there was the D end. He read it. He stayed home. He got his hands up. He taps the ball into the air, and it makes for an easy pick for the secondary. And, yeah, Tigers got a mountain to climb early here. Littleton, that is.
Tyngsboro.
One more point of emphasis here for the Tigers, especially on defense. They got to stop with the penalties. We're seeing a lot of just undisciplined penalties, a lot of offsides on big plays. Oh, fumble in the backfield. Watch out, he picks it up, though. And he's able to get back to the line of scrimmage. R.J. Bradford, a good little play there. Fumbled the snap, but he's able to jump back on it and turns it into a 1-yard gain. So what looked to be a minus of about 5 turns into a 1-yard gain.
Fourth down by Matt Gray. Down 9.
Stands really starting to fill up here at Alumni. Good little crowd. I mean, why not? It's a beautiful night, like I said. Oh! Very close to a pick there. That's Cole Mackey, and he had an interception in week 1, and he almost had another one right there as he undercut that slant route, and he almost ended up taking that sucker to the house. But good on him. He's able to break it up, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 9, so this would be huge if the Tigers can stop him here, get him off the field, although they could be in 4th down territory. Oh, he's wide open, ladies and gents. The throw's a little behind, but it does not matter. And he's still chugging. Oh, my word. He's still chugging down inside the 10-yard line. And you know what? That would have been a touchdown if that throw was any farther, because that wide receiver, he was wide open, and that throw was just a little short. So, you know, maybe the Tigers can get a stop out of that. But, yeah, that's somebody's man out there. You got to have that assignment. They run it inside for a gain about 1, maybe 2. It's going to be Nico Ferretra, the senior running back, on the carry there. He looks like a good back. They got a couple of good players. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I might be going crazy. I'm pretty sure I saw R.J. Bradford out there. And they do rule that one a touchdown. I did see R.J. Bradford out there to start that drive at quarterback, but they go to number 12 unless I'm going crazy. They end up going to Flood there. Who's the sophomore QB. Interesting stuff. It looks like he's going to stay out there for the 2-point conversion. They're going to run trips right, so you see 3 wide receivers to the closer side of your screen, and that's exactly where they head over. And they try to get it to the Lurch. That's a big boy. Donnelly, remember him too. Big boy, you know he's tall, but he can't jump, and that affected him there because that ball wasn't too overthrown.
2-point conversion attempt was no good.
But, hey, they get a little stop there. Littleton does anyway. Get a little stop on the 2-point. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, tonight's game sponsor, they got such good pie over there, ladies and gents. I haven't had a slice myself, but it's good stuff. So scan that QR code, order yourself a pie, maybe extra large, a couple of toppings, maybe a salad too, and it'll be here. I know they're quick delivery. Quick, they don't charge for gas either. You might want to tip them, but that's viewers' discretion. But yeah, special thanks to DiNapoli again for the pizza, and we're gonna have a review for you in the shortcomings. Now, ladies and gents, my counterpart Lincoln Palmer, who would normally be here for game time, he's just running just a little bit late. Looks like a light went out. The light in the far right corner just went out, ladies and gents. You know, there's still enough light to play this game, obviously, but that's something to watch out for.
Mr. Lynn, the electric box, please.
But anyway, ladies and gents, like I was saying, Lincoln Palmer, he's running late today. He is. He should be here in a few minutes or so. But until then, you're stuck here with just me.
It's not lights out, it's Tigers.
And you know that light might have went out, but hopefully it's not lights out for the Tigers offense. Coming off that shaky drive, wow, time to snap perfectly. Hohenschel picks him up, which allows Branko to scamper to the right, but you kind of just want to get rid of that one. Instead you lose about 2 or 3, but get some grasping at straws here. Kid's just trying to get out to the side, make a little play. Nothing going, not too much blocking on there. Tyngsboro had the snap count timed up pretty well. They were in the backfield before the linemen were ready to block. Before the lineman looked up, that linebacker was already in the backfield. Tigers, they run 3 out here to your closest side, 3 wide. They got 1 on the short side. Curious to see what they have here, a little run, and it's just, ladies and gents, it's just bottled up. It's bottled up like a bottle of Diet Coke.
Thomas
Hohenschel with the carry. Evan Donnelly on the stop.
Little sub in. They're going to bring in Damian Soar for Littleton, the wide receiver. They're going to sub him in for Hohenschel, number 44. The John Riggins of the team, if you will. Some could even say Dallas Clark, but that's a little out of position. Anyway, Tigers, 3rd down already. 3rd and about 16, 15. Branko taking his drop, steps up in the pocket. He's going to scamper. He's going to get the lost yardage back, but it's not going to be nearly enough to pick up the 1st down. And that's going to bring up about 4th down and maybe 7 or 8. I mean, I would assume Littleton's going to punt here, but I guess you never know these days. You never know these days. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to send Branko out there. Pretty versatile kid. He was wide receiver in the years I've watched him up until this year. And now he's playing quarterback for the team, and he also kicks and punts the ball. So got to hand it to him. He's got a foot and an arm on him. Pretty athletic kid. Taking a little bit to get this punt off, but good snap. Good boot here. It's going to be returned at about the 43. Now up across the 50. Oh, he's got speed. Up the middle to about the 40-yard line. And tackled again by Fitzgerald. Who's just having a heck of a game so far. Evan Fitzgerald, the senior captain. Listed here at 5'11", 175, and he's playing at about 6 foot 185 right now. I'm not sure. I think that is another light. Another light just went out, so it's getting a little darker. And now you're getting to the point where if the ball's up in the air over towards that right side end zone, you're going to have some problems. And now it looks like they're stop and play, basically, for lack of a better term. And ladies and gents, this is something I've never seen before. Just a real quirk. It kind of reminds you about that Super Bowl years ago in I believe it was New Orleans. The power went out. I think that was San Fran versus the Baltimore Ravens, 49ers versus Ravens. That ended up being a great game. I believe that was a matchup. It was something like that. But yeah, I mean, you have to wonder how does something like that happen, because you know, Mr. Lynn, the touted. Yeah, the touted athletic director for Littleton. I mean, he has this field in tip-top shape, everything ready to go. So something just must have happened. It's just technical difficulties that you can't predict.
Tyngsboro.
Why is Tyngsboro
With the directions of the
So I guess I'm assuming they flipped the field, ladies and gents, for visibility purposes, as they give it to Sampson. He's right up near the first down, maybe about half a yard short. Yard short. You know, technical difficulties here, and you have to wonder, does it affect the player's mindset at all? Does it kind of get you a little unfocused when something like this happens? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if you get an interception, do you have to stop where it starts getting dark? I mean, what do you do here if you're Littleton? Very interesting stuff here. I know Mr. Lynch busting it his butt to get this one fixed right now. But hey, yeah, got to get Littleton Light and Water down here in a minute to come and check things out. I heard they know what they're doing. I mean, my water tastes pretty good, but my light's pretty bright. Oh, and a great hit there delivered. Couldn't see who it was. I do know Matthew Gray, the defensive end, in on that stop. I think that was Donnelly, the big running back, on that run. So getting down here to the end of the first quarter. Tigers cheerleaders certainly haven't missed a beat with the light out, that's for sure. Good run and a great tackle up the middle there. It's going to be Josh West. Ladies, bear with me here with the names, ladies and gents. You know, it's a long season. We'll figure out how it goes. Right now I'm just seeing numbers, but good play there by Josh West to ball him up. And I think that was a full start on red. That's what oh, nope, they're calling offsides. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I saw a little movement up front on red. And it looks like this is going to be 5 yards in opposite of Littleton's direction. I thought I saw a little flinch up front, but ladies and gents, you know, this isn't CBS or Fox where you can just go back and look at the replay or go back and look at the Jumbotron. So they got to stick with the call in the field, and I don't know about that, but it gives them the first down. 1st and 10 from about the 14-yard line. They give it to Sampson. He's down at about the 6. Maybe 8. Again, hard to see the hash marks from here.
Pull Mackey on the stop. Yes. 1st down and goal.
But with 30 seconds to go, excuse me, ladies and gents, I mean, you have to wonder, when it's time to flip the sides of the field, what are they going to do if the lights are still out? Are they going to play the whole game on this side of the field? I mean, this isn't pickup basketball where you can just go and then you clear it at the 3-point line. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do here. It's cool. You're going to have to stick around to find out, and the only way you do that is if you stick right here on LCTV Sports. Run, and he's in quite easily, ladies and gents. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. And that's a quick 20 points. Sampson takes that one in for Tyngsboro. Oh, and that's the quickest I've seen a team score 20 points in a long time. In a long, long time. And they really just kind of ran that ball. They ran that ball. They had that good return off the punt. All they needed was a few plays. They had great starting field position across the 50. All they needed was a few runs. He's going to be very close again. Oh, but they're going to mark him. So, and you know what? They didn't even question it. And you know what? These plays by the goal line, they're looking close to me. So, you know, it appears these umpires down the field, they're giving a little bit of the Tyngsboro touchdown there. just a little bit. These calls are just a little quick. Did not like that offsides. Looked like a false start to me. And a couple of these runs at the goal line looked like they could have been short. But, hey, you got to hand it to Tyngsboro. Nothing special there. They just decide to run the ball right down Littleton's throat and punch him in the mouth. And then when you think they're going to switch it up for a 2-point conversion, maybe pass the ball, they just come and they just run it right again. I mean, why not? Because this Littleton defense looks like a sieve right now with 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. And, you know, you knew, if you're Littleton, you knew coming into this game that it was going to be tough. You just knew it. Looks like they're going to continue to play, even though half the field's a little dark. You know, there is a game going on at the softball field where they got all the lights burning on that. But I don't know if that would have anything to do with an outage here. Ball's dropped a little bit, but it's fielded safely. Oh, and pulled down. And right now, Tyngsboro is playing with all the fire, with all the momentum. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Ball's going to be placed on the 22, 23-yard line, something like that. And that would be a great opportunity now would be to go ahead and look at the upcoming schedule here for the Littleton Tigers. They're going to be here again, ladies and gents, a week from today versus Leicester. Then they're going to head on down to David Prouty. And then we're going to play Murdoch. That's a game you almost got to have at this point. You circle that one. You say that might be one of our cupcakes this year. There's not too many of them. Then a week from then, they're going to Gardner. Good game there. Gardner's going to be at home, excuse me. And then they're at Lunenburg. And then they're finishing the season. That's your Thanksgiving Bowl versus Air. And that's going to be at home, at Alumni Field. That should be a good game. Really should be. So the Tigers here, they're starting in the dark. And I'm seeing a lot of rustling around from the fans. And that's because the cheerleaders are throwing candy. I thought sounded like there was a hailstorm going on, but maybe just some Tootsies will make that noise. I mean, I don't know what they're throwing. It sounds like coins. We got some strange stuff going on here at Alumni Field. Like I said, the Tigers starting in the dark. But it appears to be just light enough for them to run their offense. I mean, they've had a hard time running it so far in the light. Maybe the dark goes a different way. They motion Fitzgerald, excuse me. And it's just a QB keeper, and it's just swallowed right away. Yeah, this is
with the keeper.
I mean, I know we're only a quarter in, but I feel like it wouldn't be wrong of me to say that this has been pretty tough to watch so far. Ladies and gents, we appreciate you sticking around on LCTV. If there's going to be a magical comeback, there's only one place you're going to see it. Well, there's two places. One's going to be Alumni Field, and the second place you're going to do it is right here on LCTV Sports, so stick with us, ladies and gents. And ladies and gentlemen, while we're here, I'd like to welcome in a great friend of mine, Lincoln Palmer, ladies and gents, a great teammate, a great friend. Just happy to have him here. You look good, kid. You got a nice outfit going.
Thank you, brother.
Dudes.
Thank you. Hey, happy to be here. Happy to, I'll tell you about I was driving in, and I got here a little late to game time, and I thought Alumni was maybe doing something new with the lights. But it looks like Tyngsboro came in and turned the lights off pretty quick in Littleton.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit out of breath, folks. I did jump the fence on the way in. Didn't want to go all the way around to the ticket booth, and I'm feeling it now.
Yeah. No, not a lot of fans would want to pay for a ticket right now, seeing the scoreboard. So it's a good move.
Nice little quick hitter.
Something extracurricular going on, but it's a little gain at that link. And, you know, the game has just gotten a little bit out of hand since you've been gone, kid.
I'll tell you, this Tyngsboro is a tough team, man.
They are.
Me and you love to see Tiger on Tiger action as much as the next guy.
Yeah.
But it's felt this way the last couple of years that the Tigers have, the Tyngsboro Tigers have been a little bit too much for Littleton.
They have Link, and I was telling the viewage, you know, Littleton knew coming into this game this was going to be a tough mountain to climb. And so far, it's only getting tougher with time.
Looks like they're going to punt it here. Gets it away. Looks to be a good one.
So maybe the 44-yard line.
And he's caught
And
a
they've
lane.
been killing them on special teams, Lincoln, and there they go again. Oh, wow. Oh, cuts it back. Cuts it back, still on his feet. And that's a touchdown.
I believe that was Nico Faretra, the senior.
The Italian stallion just takes that punt.
Running back DB, number 4. Received it at the 50-yard line and took that to the crib.
Oh, he took it to the crib. And then he locked the door.
So 9:11 left to go in the second quarter here.
And a gut punch. A gut punch.
But Ben, this is still a ball game. This Tiger team is resilient. They're not just going to roll over because it's 28-0.
No. They're not going to beach whale it. They might downward dog it, but it ain't going to be a happy baby situation.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself.
They did get that one light on in the back right corner. That appears to be working just fine.
Big shout out to Mike Lynn doing everything he can with the whole facilities team.
Yeah.
All the back office working on getting this right.
You know, as soon as that light went out, I looked to my right to see where Mr. Lynn was going. He was already gone.
He's already out of the building.
Door was closed behind him.
Well, the good news is, Ben, that's tonight's game sponsor, DiNapoli Pizza, 978-486-8050. They do deliver. Ben, this is some of the best pie around, and I'm not just saying this because they brought us up a box to eat in the booth. I wouldn't lie to you guys. I wouldn't sugarcoat it.
No, and Link,
You like sauce?
I know.
Yeah.
I know we're going to be sinking our teeth into a couple pieces of this pie at halftime, ladies and gents, but I'll tell you something about this pie. I'll tell you 3 things about this pie.
Give me 3 things, Ben.
If you're a sauce person, you're probably going to like this.
But it's not.
It's not too saucy.
Yeah,
And it's not too
it's not
sweet.
too saucy. Yep.
But it ain't bitter. Don't get me wrong there, folks. Now, the cheese. It's a good cheese pie. It's a good cheesy pie. If you like cheese, if you're a dairy lover, you're going to love this.
Yep.
If you're lactose intolerant, you'll enjoy it for the time being. And if you like crust, this is the pie for you, ladies
Absolutely.
and gents.
But
So
it's
go
not
ahead.
too much crust. You know, it's a lot of sauce, but it ain't too much sauce.
Right, exactly. So, ladies and gents, if you have to, go ahead, rewind a couple of seconds, get that QR code, scan it, and then come back, refresh that feed, and come back to live. Get yourself a pie. It'll be here by halftime.
Little fumble action. And we probably should mention now these new Littleton cheer uniforms, huh, Ben? Those are pretty cool, pretty sparkly, pretty bedazzled.
Yeah, you know, week 1 they were out here in T-shirts, so I'd say this is a big step up.
And stick around for halftime, folks, because the cheerleaders are going to put on one heck of a show.
They always do. Their choreography is always good, and their music's even better, some say. So stick around. And
There was
and
a lot of
catch it.
questions when Sundquist left this program. Was this going to, stick around?
Who was going to step up, Lincoln? That's what it came down to.
Absolutely, and a lot of young ladies stepped up under the bright lights.
Yeah. Good pom-poms. Nice little silver. Good ratio there. Of gold to navy. And speaking of Golden Navy, how did the Tigers start off this drive, 1st and 10? Is really the question from the 25-yard
Big
line.
shout out to Littleton Electrical Department who rushed right down here to get these lights right.
Yeah. Hey, they also take care of the water around here, and we're gonna get a false start, and that's looks like maybe multiple guys moved, but looks like Hohenschel might have been the guilty party there.
Yeah, I think it was also Big O 5'5". That's Joseph Cormier. We say his name a lot, sometimes good, sometimes bad.
False start on Littleton. We're back in the 5. Still first down.
Still going to be 1st down. The good news. Bad news is you push back 5 more, 1st and 15. This Littleton team needs all the yards they can get.
You got Cole Mackey all the way to the bottom of your screen, and Justin Casey there too. He's a runner. They are just sending the house right now on Branco.
Not too much room there for Hohenschel. Gets back to the line of scrimmage after a gain of 5 yards.
Leading the way was big old Josh West, 6'1", 180, class of 2028, Ben. He's going to have a bright future ahead of him.
Yeah, I would say so, Link. I've seen some good stuff from him. Great athleticism, good quick feet.
You got Austin Haggerty up top of your screen. He stands at 6 foot. Now, it seems like, Ben, they're bringing the Tyngsboro down. They got about 8, 9 guys in the box. You got to start slinging this ball around.
Yeah, Lincoln. You know, before you joined us, I mentioned a little bit more about. I mentioned I wanted to see a little bit more creativity and less option plays, Link, because you run that option so much it doesn't become much of an option anymore.
You know, folks, I have the pleasure of playing football once a week, and the quarterback we use is just unbelievable. It goes by the name of Ben Stormwind. And, I mean, the way he looks off, the defense is just unbelievable. And it doesn't feel like Bronco's really given the opportunity because he's just handing the ball off right away.
Yeah. You know, Link, I didn't want to toot my own horn about that too early, but
I mean, last Sunday, the Renegades didn't even know what to do. The Sunday before that, Little Town Big Balls, they didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
But a big test for and gets drilled as he throws it. A big test for Ben coming up this week, Ben. I mean, Ben, you're playing the Billerica Bombers, going on your own home turf. What's your preparation look like when you're playing against a team like that? You know, as a quarterback, give us that perspective.
Well, we definitely want to go out there. We want to practice. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we want to start our first drive. You know, just some rhythm getters, just some quick hitters. I'm looking at Palmer in the middle of the field.
Yeah, that's just a quick hitter.
I'm looking at Will, but I might not throw to him. He likes to be ambitious off the start, and I don't know if I have the guts for that. I like to start off slow and really ramp my way up. But, Link, considering the average age of this league that we play in is 40 years old, I typically tend not to brag too much about it. But
all right,
thank you.
A little punt here for the Tigers. And that's recovered
at the 48-yard line.
Cormier. Well, man, at least it wasn't returned for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a step in the right direction for the Tigers here as they are down by 30 points quite quickly. Rather briskly. They go down 30 points here, and we're already at the point of continuous clock, which is good, Link. For multiple reasons, but one, because I'm dying to get after this DiNapoli-sponsored pizza pie.
You know, Ben, we got a good night on tap. 5 minutes goes by, we get a slice of pie, we do another half, and then it's off to the Salem. So it's a good night on tap.
Yeah, yep. You know, you hope the witches just stay home tonight.
I believe in this Tigers defense. I think this is the teeth. This is their DNA. Their DNA.
Yeah.
They need to step it up here and get a stop. And they're going to go power up the middle. Not a bad little tackle after about a gain of 1, maybe 2.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff there by Reed Jeffries on the stop.
Big shout out to Mike Lynn. Looks like this football field is fully lit now.
And trimmed perfectly. So the 1/4 of an inch.
Mike Lynn, head of facilities here at Alumni.
It's up there screwing with new bulbs.
Somebody said he was up there on a forklift changing out the light bulbs. I don't know if that's true or not, but looks like they're going to go quarterback keeper power. And that'll be a gain of 1 or 2. Here you go, folks. This is it. I don't want to say this is the game because it's so early, but 3rd and 8 at your own 50. Ben, it's kind of now or never.
You know, and, you got to give up for the Tigers for not backing down here. Link, you said it yourself. They're going to stand up strong no matter what the deficit is. They're going to get some good reps here. And if they can get this team off the field, you're telling me there's a chance.
And that's a nice stop there by the Tigers.
Looks like that's going to be Austin Haggerty on the tackle coming up out of the secondary. So go ahead and make that play. Tyngsboro with a little huddle up here with about 3:10 to go. Right on your Tiger paw, ladies and gents.
Here we go, folks. 4th and 10. Here's the ball game. Drop back pass, roll out right. He's going to sling it about 10 yards. Yeah! Oh! But honestly, that's better. That's better.
Yeah, it is. And interesting play there because
fortunately it was through the midst of Branco. Why do you do that to me, Ben?
Link, that's an easy misconception because he has the speed of a Bronco.
I know it. Built tough.
Carter Vosberg on Tyngsboro throws that ball. He ain't the normal thrower, and right there he did not look like it.
I'll tell you one thing. Seeing him throw the ball makes me want to stack the box. He didn't look comfortable out rolling out. He's more of a pocket presence guy. So I think if you can get pressure and make him out on the run, you could make some money there, Ben.
Yeah. Yeah, Link.
Ben's sipping on his Diet Coke. Ben's always been a Diet Coke guy. Myself, I like normal Coke, but...
some people like the taste of Diet better. I mean, I can't really say that. I just can't. All that sugar and Coke, it's just not worth it. If I'm having that sugar, I'm having ice cream. You know what I mean? Brother. I'm having some candy.
Quarterback keeper sweep. Oh, might have been a hold, but gets a lane.
Branco down the sideline. We were just talking about that speed, and he gets bopped.
A little extracurricular there.
Bopped. Good hit put on there by number 10.
That was big old 5. Carter Vosberg.
Yeah, the kid who almost just threw a pick. Comes back and makes a good tackle there, but it was too little too late as the
double
Tigers
nickel
get about 40 yards. Should start to think about hurrying up here with a minute.
Minute 14. I mean, Ben, you have to cash in here, right? A minute and 11.
You do if you want any chance in heck.
Also, Branco was on the sideline. He probably should have just went out of bounds.
Lincoln, this option they're running is just so slow moving in the backfield. It's just not going to work against this pass rush that Tyngsboro has. They got to move on from that. Link, in the first drive that Littleton had, they ran that option play, and it was a pick.
I know it.
And it's just so slow moving in that backfield that it's just so
the
hard
problem
for
is
Branco
here,
to pull
Ben,
it and make a toss.
Littleton's offensive line's not getting enough protection for you to be running a slow play like that.
Exactly.
Because then you got 4 guys right in your grill.
Exactly. But yeah, Littleton had to come into this game knowing that they were going to be a little outmanned up front.
Ben, that play just drew off 30 seconds and incomplete pass, but at least it stops the clock.
See, I think...
Don't forget the clock still runs because they're up by 30, so they have to burn a timeout here.
And the coaches they're not doing anything, like...
What?
They're just letting it go.
No. Unless you can't take a timeout, Ben.
Well, the clock just entered zeros on the scoreboard.
What are we doing?
And they're just draining this one out. Yeah.
What are we doing? Lincoln. It's 30-0. We had the ball on the 20-yard line.
We just ran our best play of the game easily our biggest game. And we decided, you know what? We're just going to pack it on up.
I mean, Ben, that's a cop-out.
That's just a cop-out. This is just...
I don't know the rules, Ben, so I don't want to scrutinize the coaching too much.
You've got to be able to call a timeout.
I feel like you'd have to be able to.
Yeah, Link, I can't really make sense of that one myself. That's not what I do. at all by any means, but
What I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to dial in a rules analysis. Will Allen here on the horn. Here comes Will. Will, could you take me through that? Do you know the rules on if you're able to take that timeout? Oh, yes, Lincoln. This is Will here, senior rules analyst. You are, in fact, allowed to take that timeout. All right, folks, we're going to check out this cheerleader, so stick around, watch the show.
The other captain, Kristen Hohenschel.
And we'll catch you in the second half.
Julia Michaels. Josie Rothleutner. Olivia Hawthorne. Ava Indorado. Anna Buriella Carabas. Bella Lopes. Samara Fellier. Clarissa Ewan. Christy Hartwell. Julia Gannon. Chloe Newhamel. Anna Madugno. Megan McDonald. Bailey Lombardo. Avery Watka. And Olivia Jurgens. Head coach is Angelina de Bonville. Great job, and now you're...
And welcome back in here to Alumni Field in Littleton, Massachusetts. Back into the Battle of the Tigers here. And you know, at Tyngsboro, they got off to a fast start. But Littleton's here, ready to rumble, ready to receive the kick this second half. Maybe not that ready, but up to about the 18-yard line. Lincoln, there's one thing that I want to bring to your attention. There were a lot of things that happened that took place in that first half that we could harp on, but I just want to talk about the end of the half there. You have the most momentum you've had in a long time. You just ran the ball for about 40 yards. You ran a 40-yard play. And then it takes you about 30 seconds to run another useless play. Clock keeps on running, and all of a sudden you let all the time out of the clock.
Yeah, Ben. There was 30 seconds left after that incomplete pass. It was third down.
You just let it go. You just let it go.
I'll tell you, Ben, if I'm Coach Leonard and I'm walking downtown in Littleton tomorrow, I'm watching my back. Because I don't know the rules, so I'm not going to get on the guy about it. Because I just hope for his sake that the rules don't allow you to call timeout when it's running clock. But you have the opportunity. You're on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, man.
I don't
Yeah,
get.
I can't make sense of it either. You know?
I can't. I mean,
The only thing you can make sense of is
you know what? The only thing I can make sense of is, Ben, tonight's game sponsor. As I finish down my last slice, Ben, why don't you read it off for us?
This is great pie over there at D. Napoli, baby. Give them a call, 978-486-8050. But even easier, just scan that QR code or order online. It'll be here before games end. I mean, I know the clock's running still, but they're pretty quick over there. Get yourself a hot little pie. It'll be ready to go. It's great pie over there, Link. I mean, you just finished up your last slice. It didn't take you too long to finish it, kid. I looked over and
Well, Ben, it was a little bit on the smaller side with a little bit smaller slice. Figured I'd just put it down quick. Well, the second half was starting, but nice little quick hitter there from the Tigers. They love that quick little RPO jazz.
oh,
But, Ben, not to harp on this end of halftime call. They score, get the 2-point conversion. Okay, bam, 8:30.
and then you're doubling up again.
They get the ball back.
You
Bam.
get a chance.
It could have been 16
Points.
to 30.
Yep, and you cut the lead by more than half.
And then you need 2 stops in the entire second half, not running clock. I mean, that's a whole different ball game.
And instead, with 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the third quarter, you're in the doldrums, and you got to build your way out.
You know, Ben, if I'm the MIAA, I look at this game, I'm immediately going to DraftKings and looking at Coach Leonard because I just want to know, you know? All right, anyways, 4th and 4, Ben. This biggest point of the game here. Let's see what they got.
Yeah, I got to have this one.
4th and 4. They're going to go
Low
quick
snap.
hitter on the slant.
Has him.
Oh, nice.
And a
Pitch
great
catch.
play there. A nice little strike by Branco over the middle of the field.
All right.
They're going to go right away to no huddle. Oh, it's a wrong side.
Colin right there
Colin right, baby.
on the reception. Good little
That's
catch.
a big old boy, Ben. I wouldn't want to tackle him, tell you that much.
No, yeah.
All right, 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. Right up the middle.
They do go with a quarterback
Keep
change.
that ball in, man.
They're going with Justin Casey at quarterback to start the second half, filling in for Branco.
They handed that off to Thomas Hohenschel.
And I don't think it's anything against. Obviously, it wasn't his
Out
performance.
again. Oh, it's gotta be!
Interference. Yeah,
And there
there's
it
the
is.
flag.
Comes in late. Funny, the back judge wasn't going to give it to him, but the side judge did.
You know what? They bring Casey into this game at QB. They're starting to throw the ball down the field. He's got a good spiral. A couple of good throws down that right sideline. One that should have been caught and another one that draws a penalty.
You know, Ben, it's funny. I look at this bench for the Tigers. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys in helmets, Ben.
Yeah.
Not to, relive the glory days. Slow to get up.
We'll host the Tyngsboro Tigers on the plate.
And you know, Link, I want to talk. I want to talk a little bit about something, Link, and that's going to be what transpired last Sunday at Gillette Stadium.
Well, Ben, before you get into that, unfortunately, I didn't have the pleasure of watching that. I was watching cars, about 40 cars take a left-hand turn for about 4 hours. Baking in the sun, man. I can't think of a better way to spend a Sunday.
Yep. And the worst part is, Lincoln, I don't even think you had a drink.
Just a little lemonade that was overpriced.
He's swallowed. He is
swallowed. Big old 2-3 on Tyngsboro. And that's Peter Roy, the junior.
I mean, Link, if we're talking about the Patriots game here.
Yeah, Ben. Give me the spark notes, would you? I mean, didn't see it.
Drake May fumbled.
Okay.
Ramondre Stevenson fumbled twice.
Okay.
And Antonio Gibson fumbled.
Okay.
And Stevenson fumbled twice, I believe, in the red zone. At least one was in the red zone, and then maybe Antonio Gibson fumbled again in the red zone. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Last play on 4th down. What looked like a play that Pop Douglas could get the first down.
Oh, he got it.
Here goes Hohenshell.
Oh, excuse me.
Just gets about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage.
You know, Ben, I was about to say that's genius play calling.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it was 4th and 20, not 4th and 5.
And then on a 4th down play, with about a minute to go in the 4th quarter, they give it in the flat to Pop Douglas.
I saw that.
And he goes backwards, ladies and gents. And they lose the game.
Man.
And, you know, I'm just getting tired of this, Lincoln. Every week, undisciplined, you know. Some of the same mistakes we were making last year under Gerard Mayo. You thought it would be gone with Vrabel. It's still here, ladies and gents. And it's just, it's not good to see. You got to get more talent around May. Although May hasn't been perfect. He's been better, but he hasn't been perfect. Now they're going to the tight formation, Lincoln.
Remember this, Ben.
This is run the ball down your throat territory. As they might try to keep this ball the whole entire rest of this game.
Ben, I remember back in the day, this is what Tyngsboro went into that ultimately beat us. I remember because me and you were on the right side, and they were running it to the left side every time. You know, they wouldn't run to us because they knew what would happen. But unfortunately, the left side didn't prevail. You do love to see a nice crowd here at Alumni. You know, that's nice. But
yeah, Lincoln, it's a beautiful night.
You wish they could have scheduled a better game to be on a Friday night, because I don't think the Tigers have many Friday night games this year. You know what, Ben? That brings into a great point.
I think all but 2 were Fridays. Last week they played on a Saturday at St. Paul. That was a good win there, 21-0. They're getting mollywopped right now at Tyngsboro. But we're at home against Leicester, and then we're going to David Prouty. We will not, LCTV, we will not be covering that game. Murdoch, you got to have that game. It's got to be a cupcake at this point in the season. Gardner, it's another tough matchup at home, but you'd like to think the Tigers are going to have a great chance at that one. And then we're at Lunenburg, and I believe LCTV is going to be covering that. And then we're back here at Alumni in Littleton for your Thanksgiving Bowl versus the Air Shirley Panthers, who we played week 1 and lost.
Ben, let's take a look at some of the other teams so far in cross country. We got boys cross country, the big dogs at 3-0. Girls cross country 1-2, a little bit of a slow start, but they're coming back in. Boys varsity soccer had a big time win over Air Shirley, an undefeated team, therefore 1-2. Varsity golf 6-4. Girls varsity field hockey 1-7. A little bit of slow year for that program.
Just some practice.
I feel like we've been saying that the last couple of years, but that program's, it's close. It's turning around.
They can taste it.
There's the real deal. But Ben, we say it. We said it last year. We said it the year before.
The bell
Girls
cow.
varsity soccer 5-2. This has been one of those.
They know what they're doing.
They've been the program to be the last couple of years in Littleton. You want to be on a winning team and have a chance for a title, play girls soccer because they're the only ones that seem to be getting deep in the playoffs.
Yeah. Unless you want to run cross country, yeah, I'd suggest you sign up for women's soccer. But yeah, ladies and gents, got about 2nd and 2. Tyngsboro does. Already across Littleton's 30. And they're in this heavy set and they're throating this thing. This is the point in the game where you say jumbo, 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 and outrun your Gillies. Outrun your Kevin McDonald's.
Outrun your
TKs. And they're just there to take up the gap.
Yeah, man. Plug a hole, man.
Ladies and gents.
Me and you, we're a couple of speedsters. We don't belong in there, man.
Yeah. Ladies and gents, just want to mention our so generous game sponsor. They have great pie. Me and Lincoln both had it. Awesome stuff. Scan that QR code. Get yourself a pie. Great cheese. Great crust. Great sauce. Get over there. Get a pie.
And just like that, we're back to some Tiger on Tiger action.
Like we never left, baby.
This is just ground and pound.
You know, Lincoln, and as a player, as a former player, this was always a matchup that was circled on my schedule.
Yeah, I remember.
I was always geared up and ready to go for this one. And, you know, the Tigers, they kind of just got stunned right off the bat and couldn't recover ever since. This is a great team they're playing. Undefeated so far. Lincoln, as a linebacker yourself, when a team is in the heavy set and you know what's coming, you know what your job is, you know you got to stick your nose in there, go hard downfield and fill a gap. What's going through your mind right now at this point in the game, down by 30 points?
Basketball season. You know, Ben, I do not want to get hurt right now. I mean, when it's 30, Ben, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think we ever had a beatdown like this.
No. Times have changed. Programs lesser than it was.
So, to be honest with you, Ben, I can't speak to a situation like that.
We also had the great pleasure of being coached by Mr. Mike Lynn himself, and also defensive coordinator Carlo Ferrante.
A lot of people say, that was the best coaching pair in all of MIAA.
Absolutely.
In history.
Absolutely. I've heard the same thing, too.
And
I believe I saw an article on that.
Maybe a lot of those people who say that are from Littleton, but nonetheless, I stand by that statement. And that's swallowed up by the Tigers.
So, it's hard to, I know those guys stopped coaching a few years ago. Well, actually, Ferrante was D coordinator last year. But Mike Lynn stops coaching. Ferrante takes a little break. It's very hard to replace those guys. It's very hard.
Not to mention you don't get the numbers anymore.
Right. I was just going to say you also lose a little bit of identity for the program when someone like Mr. Lynn, who's been a sought-after coach for about 25 years or so, is no longer coaching. Well, ladies and gents, if you have a kid playing tonight and you're in a rush, you have somewhere to go after the game, I'm sure you're loving this. But other than that, this is really not too many bright sides you can say. I mean, this KC, number 7, they brought him in at quarterback. He had a few good downfield throws. Other than that, it's hard to say the good. Fitzgerald has had a good game.
Yeah, they got some of their B team in here now, man. Couple sophomores, couple freshmen. Number 17, Max Palmer, the freshman. That's crazy.
Yeah, and on Littleton's side, they probably brought in a bunch of substitutions.
I don't know how many they could have brought in, man. I mean, there's like 6 guys on the side.
But I will say, Jason Boyer, 6'3", 250, number 63, is now in the game. I believe he took out Joseph Cormier. quick shout out to the crew over here at LCTV. We got Damon Abetz manning the camera, shooting a great game up there, and down below at the helm we have Mark Rory, who always does such a fantastic job with your graphics, your transitions.
Also, Ben,
Controlling
quick shout
the
out.
soundboard.
I'm sorry. A quick shout out to Lennox and the Plummer family down under, mate. Whole family down in Australia sticking around, staying up late watching us.
Yeah. Put another shrimp on the barbie. It's about time you get some shrimp going on the barbie right now. You got the time to do so, and no one's catching him.
Quarterback keeper. That's Evan Fitzgerald. Tight end. That's Littleton. That's Carter Vosberg, the junior quarterback DB. 36-0, 5:53 in the fourth.
Yep.
Left in the game.
Left in the game,
So
ladies
for
and
those of you
gentlemen. Hard to
folks
believe.
listening in the stands, pull out those auto starts, get them cranking. Don't want to get back to a cold car now. That's no good for nobody.
Nope.
I'll tell you, Ben, it's a beautiful night for football.
I was just gonna say that.
When I came in, window down, smelling that air, it made me want to do nothing but hit somebody.
So you did, some lady.
It was lucky I didn't see some old lady in the parking lot. I probably would have tried my luck.
No.
After what happened last time.
Even after what happened last time, Lincoln.
Hey, they couldn't prove that.
I'd like to let everybody know that it includes tonight's both teams participate in the handshake ceremony. Everything is for the opponent.
So, folks, stick around for us. 4:55 to go in the game. 36-0. But I'll tell you, this game ain't out of reach, Ben. It is nuts. This Tiger team is resilient. Just, unfortunately, it's the Red Tiger team that's resilient.
Yeah, Link. You know, there's going to be a bunch of Ys.
Saturday morning,
Tigers.
Ben, down in the hometown diner, there's going to be a lot of talk.
A lot of talk, a lot of Ys. Ladies and gents, what are we looking at here?
Tyngsboro's gonna
We're
make
looking at the past few games for both teams. Tyngsboro coming in hot, 32-8 against Air, a team that beat Littleton week 1. Both teams kind of came in hot, to be fair, but Tyngsboro's just running amok here at Alumni Field.
They're putting on a clinic and letting all the Littleton Tigers take pictures with them.
I don't know, ladies and gents, if you could hear that, but there's a little unrest with the fans, some screaming, some frustration. I can't say I blame them. But like I said, Link, there's going to be a lot of Ys, and you know as good as anybody, when you're messing with the Ys, you better be wise.
You better be wise. I forgot about that.
Oh, boy. Pop,
kick.
shove it right through the arms of the Tiger receiver there.
You know, Ben, in Littleton's defense, they really are just kind of outclassed here.
Yes.
You look
You
at
knew
that
it coming
Tyngsboro
in.
team, those are some big old boys, man. And there's a lot of them. You know, they probably have 30, 40 kids on that sideline.
You know, Link, it takes a lot to get to the top of Tiger Mountain. Sometimes Tiger Mountain looks like Oak Hill. And other nights like tonight, it's looking like Mount Everest. But you can't always get to the top. You can't always get to the summit.
I think this program, it's not necessarily about what you do with the guys on the field. It's about getting more guys on the field. The coaching staff needs to find a way to get more players involved. They get more players out here. That's just what they have to do. The program's hurting right now. And this is what happens when it hurts.
Tonight, Rodriguez with the carry.
This game's really flying on by here. Some fans are starting to see some butts leaving seats. Ladies and gents.
This is the second team defense there.
Looks like we got the second teamers out here, at least for Tyngsboro. A lot of substitutions on Littleton's side of the ball as well.
They took Branko
At the
out.
helm, they got Cole McCaddy. He's going to be class of 2030, Lincoln,
That's
out
an
there.
absurd number.
The freshman.
2030.
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
Thought we were supposed to have flying cars.
Tonight again with the carry.
It's only 5 years from now.
Tackled by Philip Fisher. This will be third.
And the Tigers might be content to run this ball once more and just let the clock bleed. As we come up on a minute remaining.
And just swallowed. Yeah. This is the point, Ben. It's like this is a dangerous game. Let's
Just take a
call it.
knee. No injuries. Get everybody home healthy.
It's just not worth it at that point.
You have to wonder what's practice going to be like this coming week for the Tigers, because this is going to leave a sour taste in your mouth tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, and then you're back for practice Monday. So hopefully they're motivated and ready to go.
I just don't like this, Ben. Why run this play? What's the point? Yep. Well, I could have told you that.
That's going to be your last play of the game, folks.
And
ladies and gents, a game that was daunted from the start ends 36-0. A molly-whopping by the Tyngsboro Tigers as they come into Alumni Field. They came out of the gate ready to go, and they just punched Littleton right in the mouth. And Littleton was not ready to answer. They couldn't get up like the Italian stallion Rocky Balboa. Instead, they were in the fetal position. But you know what? Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it gets beat. You get down, but it's all about how you come back next week, how you respond, and get a win.
Amen, man.
All right, ladies and
We'll
gents.
be back next week against Leicester. I know that, Benny.
Yes, we will. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for joining us here on LCTV Sports. Again, big thanks to DeNapoli's for sponsoring this game.
And Ben, an even bigger thanks to everybody on LCTV, Mark Corey and the whole gang.
Absolutely, Lincoln. Great job. I mean, the Tigers players maybe didn't show up, but the cheerleaders, Mark Rory and Damon Abetz did, baby. And that's all that matters right here at LCTV. Anyways, ladies and gents, signing off for Lincoln Palmer. My name is Benjamin Stormer. Thank you all for joining LCTV. And get us in the next game.